Everyone, welcome back to Legends of Mushrooms with Genghis. So today we have a very special Q&A question and answer in our Discord live chat that we did with users and went really well. Anyways, I recorded it. I'll work on the recording style of how I do it. Normally I do it on my computer and show the whole screen and you can see the questions and whatnot. But sometimes the feedback and echo is a problem. So I recorded it on two phones and tried to show you what was going on in the game and different things we were talking about. So anyways, here's a word from our sponsor, Apptoid. Save you money on all your in-game purchases. And then the chat will be followed right after that. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Join the Discord if you want to be a part of it. This is something we're going to be doing every single Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And if you don't want to open your mic and talk, it's okay. Just leave a question in the chat box and we'll read it out and do our best to help you out. Spend money on this game, spend responsibly, use the Apptoid App Store, get up to 35% off on all in-game purchases. Use the promo code Mushroom5. You can see me doing it in the background, and if you'd like to do so, the information how to do so is in the description to the video. Save money, put more in your pocket.
Yeah, I've put up the announcement, just waiting for people to join up.
Yeah. Do you have any preloaded questions? Anyone sent any in?
No one sent any in so far.
All right. If anyone has questions, just ask away. You can either raise your hand and ask, or most people probably feel more comfortable just typing them in and go ahead. So before we start, while we wait for questions, tell us what your thoughts are on the cross-server matches that are going on. Have you played it much?
Sorry to repeat that, I was just answering the questions, yeah.
The cross-server, what are your thoughts on it? Have you had a chance to play it?
I played it a bit. I'm not a big fan, but I'm not against it either. It's just meh.
Yeah, it's a little bit uncoordinated. The map is huge. It's too much. I think it should just be one server against one server now as they start it before they grow it.
Yeah.
Like I go in and I'm a pretty big gamer. I know how these work. I play other games with server wars and it's confusing. I don't quite understand how it works. I understand how to go, how to teleport, how you get people can warrant you. You have a bounty on you after doing an attack, but it's just so much is happening. Your character moves so slow and there's no defense really. You can't just move away if someone's attacking you and stuff like that. You're just vulnerable all the time.
If you do die, you can spend 300 gems to teleport away to a different location. So if someone does teleport on you and it's a bit OP, you can just teleport on away.
Yeah, after you die.
Yeah, average rank, yeah.
Yeah, so we do have a question. So the new server events are one time only or do they repeat? So we just had our first ever repeating event. The event was different, but the rewards were the same. And that's the key thing. So we got a second chance to get the banana pet.
Yep.
And that was good because I joined this server 4 or 5 days late and I missed him. And that's a huge setback. So I was worried I'll never get him. And I was actually thinking I might actually never be able to play Archer to its full capabilities because...
Yeah, you definitely need it for Archer, 100%.
Yeah, so I was actually thinking hey, I'm going to ride Archer out for a bit. And if he doesn't come back, I'm going to have to play something else because I'll always be behind. So I'm really happy they brought it back.
Oh, 100%, definitely. Factual read, I saw that you said the new server events are only one time or repeat. So the events such as the rush events like Prayer Rush, Gil Rush or Power Rush, etc. Any rush events do repeat every month, yeah. And the rewards are the exact same each time, and the amount that you need to actually get the rewards are the exact same.
Yeah, so the rush events repeat, but the other thing, so I'm recording this and I'm kind of showing around what I'm talking about, but this gold
As well, just
Yeah, the gold. I'm on a different phone recording. It just won't work that way. So I'll play it up after. But the gold bar event that we're doing now, like these events are all the same. It's just a different interface. Like this wheel on the find the culprit is the same as the Easter Bunny event. It's just different, right? But
Yeah.
it's the same. I have a question. Have you or anyone in the chat been successful on the elastic game from day 3 on?
Yeah.
It got really hard.
Yeah, I've done it. I managed to kill. So I first went on full power on the left hand side, and I killed the boss and one of them in one hit. So I managed to just destroy them in one hit, and then I used 2 goes on the second guy, and done.
Wow, lucky. I'm stuck on 2 stars on day 3 and day 4. I haven't really played it too much yet.
I can show you roughly what I did if you'd like to see if I can do it again. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
This again.
It's well, you could show me after and I can make a video, but like so we could concentrate on this. But so in Family Brawl, like we're super successful in it. We're undefeated and you're the head of it. Like you do all the planning, you tell us where to go and you make all the changes. Do you want to talk a little bit about what sort of goes through your thought process when you're doing that?
Just for the people in Discord, I'll also share my screen because we actually have the brawl still open, so I can kind of give some information. So what I normally do is, obviously, we've got our free lines here. So we've got normally our average power in the family is approximately, I would say, about 10 to 12 million, like the average power. So I get all the people that's 12 million plus to go in one line. And then we'll have like a 15 or a 16 million power in a second line with Lego, which is our strongest player. He's currently on 35 million power. So we've got them 2 extra people in the line just to give him a little backup. So I'll put them 2 first, and obviously if they die, then Lego will come up and take them out. And if I'm looking at these lines, so I'll take a look. So I'll open up like the first line, I'll write down all their power. I'll open up the second line, write down all of their power. The third line, I'll write down all of their power in a huge list. I will then go into our lines and I'll make sure our power matches their power. So say their fourth guy has 10 million power. So I'll try and find someone in our family who has like 11 million power, try and get at least 1 million power up ahead of them. If we can't defeat them, say they've got like a 20 million power person and we don't have someone to match that power, I will then get someone with low amount of power, like the weakest person we have, and then I'll match them with them to give them the extra debuff to give us a better chance of winning later on. Another thing I do often is look at, where is it now? See if I can find it. I believe it's on rank here. You can actually click on the families and you can view them. So you can get an average idea of who they're hiding. So this guy, 12 million power, 14 million power, and 12. And you can just keep seeing every single person and get a general idea of the 9 people that they'll be hiding. Another way to do it is personal ranking. You can have a look here. So if we have a look, we wanted someone from their server. So family ranking, we recently went against SHK, so 42009. You want to look for 42009. Alright.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any in the personal rankings, but
there we go. Look, 19 million power. So I know this guy has been fighting the most in their family. So he's most likely in one of the top 3 lanes. Let's see who else they've got. Oh, it's 17 million power. So once again, she's going to be in one of the top lanes. I'm going to be hiding her.
So do you do something similar and always have a top player hidden?
Yeah. So in our top people, I normally have, last time we had 15 million power, and then we had a 17 million power, and then we had a 30 million power. Lego being third, just to keep them hidden. And then on the last minute before the waiting period starts, because it goes to the battle time, and then it goes into that waiting phase for an hour. So before that waiting phase starts, because once that starts, you cannot edit the lines whatsoever. So that's when I then take them 3 people out of hiding, just to give us that advantage. So then I'll put Lego last, and I'll possibly put maybe 1 strong person in the top 3, and then spread everyone else out and evenly. So like the 17 million person will go in the middle, and then the 15 million person will go at the top.
Yeah, and just so everyone knows, what do you think we are right now? Like day 35, so people could compare the power to where they are?
I will get an accurate reading for you. I would say we're on day 31.
Okay, 31. And our power is just going to shoot up because everyone's just now getting the gold Oris gear.
Yeah.
So 17 million next brawl, probably we're going to, our average isn't going to be 12 anymore. It's probably going to be like 15, 16.
Well, if we go to ranking, our power overall is currently over 1 billion.
And divide that by 70, so yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just going to get an average reading of our power, actually.
Yeah, and battles are getting more difficult now, obviously, especially because they added that new wrinkle where they changed the debuff that you get, the handicap when you win too many times in a row. Personal, so they added HP, so if a good player wins 10 in a row, they're down 99% on HP. But also there's a team handicap cap now when you win too many times in a row, which I think is unfair. I don't think they should have that. Why should you be punished for having a good team? Where's the incentive to spend money and win?
Yeah, especially if you're on a winning streak, like ours, for example, we're on, what's that?
I think we're at 8. Are we 8?
9. We're on 9 now because we've just won that most recent brawl. So, 9 winning streak for us, which is quite nice.
Yeah, it's not really fair to have a debuff because you're doing well.
Yeah, but at least it gives smaller families more of a chance, I suppose.
Yeah, but they could just match winning teams against winning teams instead of doing that.
It does hurt. But luckily, it hasn't affected us too much just yet, so I don't know how many battles you've got to win in a row for it to start making that difference.
Or it's possible we're playing people who are also having this same thing happen to them because we're playing good teams now. So maybe it just balances out. Like, I don't think it's needed.
Yeah, no, definitely. Hey, Galindo, I saw that you joined the Discord channel. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, and while he's thinking of questions, he's typing something now. How important do you think it is to donate in the alliance and raise the family capacity and unlock higher levels in the family shop?
Oh, 100%. I always make sure all of our members donate 5 times daily because it just gives us that extra bonus across other families. We get more members, we get better rewards in the family shop, and it just boosts everyone in the family overall. And not only that, but all the gems that you spend, you gain them back from gift boxes from the family as well. So you're not really losing anything.
Yeah, I think it's super important too. In other games like this, they have family science as well. So like attack up 1%, HP up 1%, that sort of stuff. So Galindo has a question. What do you think is the best strategy for invading other servers? Attacking as a group?
Well, what we're currently trying to do is, so we have all of our family members actually in the Discord server. So what we've done is we've contacted other family leaders. So if I go here, you see VIP, Dewdog, Reapers, LOL, Demon Slayers. They are behind us. But as main families, what we've done is we've gone ahead and contacted VIP they've got their family members in their Discord as well. We've also contacted New Dog, Reapers, and LOL just for the extra power. And what we're going to do is coordinate attacks. Say if our server's being attacked, we will do at cross server in a channel in this Discord server actually, and we will alert everyone that we're currently being attacked and where their location is, as well as then if we need to attack someone's tower on a certain server, we can all attack them at once, because only a few people are going to be online to defend. So if you're trying to attack a tower, there'll probably be like maybe 3 or 4 people in total trying to defend. But if you just have all them families just attack, they won't be able to keep up with consistent of the attacks.
Yeah, I think that we're all kind of learning how this works. I think another thing to go along with what you said as we become more coordinated is maybe if they're attacking our server, we have a certain amount of people who go attack their counterattack at the same time.
Yeah.
Depending if they sent their big players over or not.
Yeah, especially if like someone is attacking us, we could also just get a bunch of people and they're just gonna have an instant loop of battling. They can only have up to 10 minutes on our server before they get kicked out and have to spend another 2,000 gems. But it'll just be in that infinite loop of reviving, dying, or just constantly battling people. And they won't get a chance to actually defeat the tower.
So I have a question. I have a question for you about the scoring. So when I went to bed last night, we were in 3rd place, not doing well. And now I'm just looking at the scoring now. Did it reset and we're playing new servers? Because we're in 1st with a lower score than what the 1st place was yesterday.
Oh, yeah, it looks like there's different servers. So yesterday, I'm sure this was 64, not 63.
Yeah, it looks like it's brand new and we have a chance to win, because I'm looking at the rankings and it's like I never played. Like I have very little points. I only went on a very little amount this morning to do monsters.
Oh, wait, monster slaying ranking. I haven't played today.
Yeah.
Defense ranking 3, okay. No, yeah, all my points are the same as yesterday because I hadn't actually done it today. So the points and the ranking haven't reset. Unless someone on our server, if they maybe got defeated, their points could have gone down. So, like, maybe we attacked one of their servers while we was asleep, you know, like the main tower, and they could have lost power due to that.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good job.
I thought you just got points for like killing. So like, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
like,
you get points for killing.
I didn't know there was a chance for your points to be deducted.
Yeah, it looks like there is a chance because they had 900k yesterday.
I saw them at 1.1 million when I went to bed.
Yeah, it must have gone down.
It either went down or it reset. I don't know, but
But then again, it does say here spend 0 diamonds to enter servers 36063. So it could have just re-rolled another 3 servers.
that's what I think happened, but I don't know.
We'll have to keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye in 7 hours, and then we'll be able to give a proper.
Yeah, it's our first time playing it. Have other servers had this before, or is it just us?
I think maybe SEA servers have received it already.
Yeah, they get everything, eh?
Yeah, they've definitely unlocked a lot more things than us.
Yeah, these games are always made basically in China or Hong Kong, and it seems like the Asian countries get everything first. Sometimes they get stuff at better prices. They're like beta testers, all sorts of stuff like that. So we have to keep an eye on the SEA servers to see.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna have to keep an eye on it.
So back to Family Brawl. Is there any way for you to tell when you set them up if they have a lot of archers or warriors? Anything other than looking at the personal rankings?
You can't tell their exact classes unless obviously you go on to rank click on their family, and then just note down their strengths and weaknesses. So obviously this guy's got crit rate 0, combo 9%. So I know he's not an archer. Counter 1,200%. Counter damage resistance. I'd say this guy is a warrior. Would you agree?
Yeah, probably. Basically, those are the big ones, right? Like if they have really high crit, they're magic.
Yeah.
If they have really high counter, they're warrior. If they have really high combo, they're archer. You look at the main
Yeah.
stuff and can pretty much figure it out. But have you noticed? So now we're on. What did we say? A 9 winning streak.
9 win streak,
Have you
yeah.
noticed any trends? Like now we face more warriors, or now we face more mages, or is it all pretty static? The same still.
Well, I personally haven't been looking for the exact classes. I've just been trying to match the power and make sure we win every single lane. Because going through the ranking and making a note of every single person they have, and then trying to make a note then of which classes they is, it's just going to be a long sheet.
Yeah.
It will definitely be more difficult, especially if you're doing it from here, for example, because I say I've made a list of line 1's power. I'd then have to make a note of their name, as well as go to rank, and then try and scroll down until I see their name, and then click on the profile, go through the stats, and then scroll down to see the next person, and then it'll just be lots of ups and downs like this.
Yeah.
So I've mainly just been trying to aim for getting at least 1 million or 2 million power lead ahead of them. If that's not possible, just try and match it the best as possible, or send in someone to sacrifice.
Yeah, one thing I also look at is, do they have an avatar, like a personal avatar? I find those players are generally going to be better.
It generally doesn't really matter, because anyone can really set the profile picture up.
Yeah, but like if they just have the regular toad shroomy one, usually they're not going to be that good.
Well, that's like saying in our family, who do we have? Well, Ryuk.
Yeah, totally. We there are good people.
20 mil.
There are good people who leave it for sure, but most of the time you can stereotype them as that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say most of the time, possibly sometimes. It just
It's
depends, really.
it's an inexact
It's a gamble.
science. We'll see how it goes.
It is definitely a gamble.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking of cross server war. When I go over to the other server and I see mushrooms, it's like I target them.
Oh, no, yeah, in that, yeah. But if you hadn't noticed in the cross-server thing, the power is actually based off of the size of your ball.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so the bigger the person is or looks, the stronger their power, and if it's only a small avatar, then they're weak.
And can you compare it to your own? Like, is your own bubble, or does yours stay the same?
If their bubble is a lot bigger than yours, or roughly the same size, you know they're roughly the same power or stronger. If it's the same size, then it all goes down to skills, pets, advanced mounts, souls, attributes, and all that.
Yeah, that's a really good tip. I'm gonna have to look for that. What are your thoughts on clone? Have you?
Oh,
I'll just tell you mine for a split second. I don't have clone, and anyone within like 1.5 million power below me, if they have it, it's like I'll select them in like cross server arena, and then as soon as that clone comes, I'm like, oh man,
Yeah, so this clone is actually better than the mushroom shield, because if you look at this mushroom shield, it says gain a shield equal to 20% of max HP and lasts for 10 seconds, but this clone is 30% of a shroom's HP, and the clone lasts for 10 seconds, but it deals 200% damage with each tap. When I'm using this clone, I can deal, like, with people with 1 or 2 million more power than me, I can still kill them. As long as they don't have the clone as well as the mushroom shield activated.
How about if they have the new artifact, the Eye of the Raven? Have you encountered double clone?
If someone has, not advanced mount. Yeah, advanced mount. Where is it? Advanced. There's one that gives you another.
It's the magic carpet.
Yeah. After casting 6 times, restore full energy to 1. Is it this one? The magic carpet?
Where do you get the magic carpet?
After casting skill 6 times, it fully restores 1 energy to a random skill. So if you have the carpet plus the Eye of Raven, you could have up to 3 clones in the battlefield, including yourself. So that's 4 characters plus pets to whatever the enemy is.
Kenny's just asked, how did you get the clone? You get it from the gacha. So doing skills, and I believe that's the only way. I haven't seen it in any events as of yet.
Yeah, you just gotta continue to roll out your skill tickets and try to get it. How do you get the magic carpet?
I haven't seen it yet, but I believe majority of the mounts are actually released in events such as like Lucky Spinner or events.
So it's not on our server yet.
No, so
okay, good.
The advanced mounts aren't consistent, so like it'll come out in our Lucky Spinner, but it might come out in a different event for someone else's server. They're not released at the same time together in the same order. It's completely randomized, so it's just all down to luck.
Yeah, I think that will be in one of the big events, maybe not Lucky Spinner. But I was disappointed in our gold theft bar. I was hoping we had a mount in there. Had everything else.
No, but you do have the angel wings, which will help out quite a bit on the accessory as well as the Eye of a Raven, and there's also a costume. I believe the costume is for warriors, I believe.
Yeah.
Another common question we always get is what skills is good in the battle shop? So, Worldly Snare is good for Archer. Draconic Resonance is good for... I forgot the name now.
Well, it goes in order. It goes Warrior, Archer, and the last one
Warrior,
is...
Archer, Healer. I was trying to... I forgot the name of Warrior then.
Yeah. So, yeah. Dragon is Warrior, Snare is Archer, and Array is... Mage, but lots of people are saying that Star Array doesn't work that well. That Mage is kind of nerfed right now and it needs to be fixed.
How do you get many red souls? So you can get red souls from... You can either spend 10,000 battle points for Red Soul Selection 1, but in my opinion, Red Soul Selection 1 isn't worth it unless you obviously got the pink skills that you want. Other than that, you can get red souls from... Let's go over here.
Well, in the soul acquisition, right? In soul prayer.
In soul trial, every 10 levels you get 10...
the miracle thing.
Crystals.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you can also spend 8,000 gems per 1 soul crystal. So if I click that, it will then say, consume 8,000 diamonds to purchase 10 soul crystals. So you can buy souls with diamonds.
And in almost all the money events, there's an opportunity to win one. And then also in the soul acquisition, in the soul prayer, you could spend 10,000 or 8,000 gems to roll 10 times. But it's not the best investment, but if you're a very big player with lots of gems, it's worth it to get them up. But like Corey was saying, I agree, it's not worth it to really chase Red Soul 1, because after a long time you're going to get them. Red Soul 2 is the key. You're really not going to get them without some sort of financial commitment.
100%. And Red Soul Selection 2 is in the Arena crossover shop. That's more worth it because you can use that to then fuse with one of your current Red Souls so you can get a Pink Soul.
Yeah, but the problem is you really should focus on your Awakening Stones.
Yeah, 100%, because you need 6 Awakening Crystals for each class. So if you spend 6 on Archer and then move to Warrior later on, it will then reset your Warrior Awakening Crystals to 0, but your Archer will still have 6.
Yeah, so you'll just put them in again.
6. Yeah, so you've got to spend an extra 6, so you need 18 total.
Oh, really? Wait, hold on. Really? When you reset your class, your awakening stones, like so I'm archer right now. So
Yeah,
if
so
I
if
reset
you've
and
got
change to
one, for
warrior
example,
tomorrow, I can't use those 4 stones again on warrior?
that's what I've heard. I could be wrong, but that's what I've heard of. So I heard every time you swap classes, it sticks to that one class. So then when you switch over, you resets to 0 and you've got to get another 6.
I find that hard to believe, but if it is, then, okay.
You could test it right now if you'd like.
No, I'm not going to test it right now. But if you do go over, then you come back to archer. They're still there, of course, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I believe it's what happened to me, because I switched once, is that I'm not sure about the crystals, but everything about your scrolls get reset. So if you want to redistribute them, you can.
Oh, so it gives you the scrolls and the crystals back, is that what you're saying?
I'm not sure about the crystals, I can't remember, but you definitely get the scrolls back, so you can reset your scroll skills, and you can upgrade them to certain ones. Like if you don't want, crit resistance and you want more crit damage, you can put more scrolls into that and just leave that one out, because you get all the scrolls back.
Okay.
But I'm not sure about the awakening crystals.
We'll have to confirm that on a later date once we get further on in the storyline of the actual game.
Yeah. But so focus on the awakening stones for sure. And especially because you need them to get to 120 as well, or else you just lock out there.
Yeah.
And then start to get the red soul 2s. But red soul 2 are difficult to get without money. Or a lot of patience.
Another thing you can do if you're struggling to get red souls is the detective event that's on currently. If you go over to it and then click find the culprit, if you get any of these light bulbs and you don't have enough to say get what you want, so say you don't have 100 and you're like, alright, well, what do I want? You could save another 100 for possibly a red soul selection, or you could get 10 soul crystals for the price of 5 light bulbs.
Yeah, I have. So I have 239 light bulbs, and I'm not sure what I'll do. Like it's a tough choice to me to invest more. Like, do I upgrade the artifact? Do I upgrade the wings? When it really appears that in 3 events there's gonna be better artifacts and better wings. So why keep upgrading them?
100%.
Yeah, it appears that it was like when you're upgrading your artifact or wings, you're only getting like 2 or 3% extra to the stat. So I'm not sure if it'll be more useful just to get the what's it called, the souls or whatnot.
Yeah, because their souls are permanent.
Souls. Yeah, they're permanent, but there's next to no chance of getting another artifact, because if you spend 200 light bulbs on an artifact, all you're getting is, a 2% increase to global HP, but then with however many souls you could potentially get another red soul or 2 red souls, and that can give you up to thousands of extra percent into a different stat.
Yeah, I agree completely. I'm always thinking long term, and I know how these games work, and they will make your old money irrelevant, adding new items that are better to make you pay for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, unless you're Lord Dilgo with infinite credit balance.
Yeah, I made a video the other day actually talking about when you get all of these new items, the most important thing is the passive skill that works even if it's not equipped.
Yeah.
So like the rush mounts, the smoke cloud one, because it adds global attack, is more important than the other ones, even if you're not a mage for the evasion.
Guys, Lego's spying on us. He says, hi, Discord, I can see you.
Nice.
Oh wait, is that fake Lego? That's a fake. No way Lego's got 15 million power. It's Alex. He's a wannabe.
Yeah, there's 2 now. It's not even Lord Hiligo anymore. It's now Lord Jethro. He changed his name, and now everyone changed his name to his old one.
Oh, as he actually.
Yeah, it's now Lord Jethro.
Rank Lord Jethro. He's not going to be able to get his name back. Alex stole it. Oh no.
So did I have it too.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. But anyways, so I'm sure other people are lost also. So I have a question about the rush shop. what you guys
Yep.
think on that. So you know the mounts that you pay money for. So for example, I have the race car or the motorbike that people got in the first event. Would you equip those over the rush mounts, or would you put the rush mounts on instead?
Alright, let's have a look. I believe
At the minute, I'm using fire break. I'm using fire break at the minute for the increased crit rate and crit
I
damage.
believe Firebreaker is probably one of the better ones for Archer.
Yeah, because for like skill crit with Archer, you're just doing extra damage to your skills, which only happen like every 10 to however long your skills last. But if you're then using, basic attack crit, then you're doing more damage long term, because with Archer you're focusing more onto basic attack than you are skills as well.
Yeah. And for the mage, I believe the best one is the Cloud Drifter. And then for the warrior, it's let me have a look. Well, I note it down somewhere. It's gonna be the mini motorcycle, Blue Ox, or the White Tiger. So none of them that's actually in here. So you're gonna need to be lucky to actually achieve them from one of the rush events. Not rush events, but from like Lucky Spinner or limited events and events of such a sort.
Okay, so if you're an archer and you're looking at the Fire Sword, Pyre Breaker, and Cloud Drifter, why would you prioritize Pyre Breaker when it says increase crit rate by 1% per second when the Cloud starts at 10% right away, and most battles don't really last more than 10 seconds?
I believe the Ignore Evasion is actually quite well, and with the Pyre Breaker, you'll be able to upgrade it more. So you can get a higher, obviously, like percentage.
But doesn't the Ignore Evasion work all the time, whether it's equipped or not? Because it's the passive skill, just like Global Attack?
I believe the passive skills only work if the actual thing's equipped. So, say if you've got Fire Breaker and Cloud Drifter, but you've only got Cloud Drifter enabled, you'll get the passive effects only if you've got it equipped.
I'm gonna do a little test right now as you guys talk. So while I test this out, I'm gonna change my mounts equipped and look at my comparable stats, and I'll let you know. Seti asks, what should I buy in the cross server shop?
Cross server shop. Which one?
Yeah, he probably means the cross server shop that's going on now with the blue coins and the gold coins.
Or does he mean the glory, like the arena shop?
Seti, which one are you referring to? We could do both. There's time.
Alright, so for the glory shop, I would say the best would be first be awakening crystals. And if you've got a red soul, say you've got like red soul attack 1, then you can get the red soul selection 2 to then to fuse it into a pink. But entirely, end of the day, it's completely up to you which one you want to go for. And the exchange in here, let's take a look. I haven't really had a good look in here just as yet.
For me myself, I'm trying to go for like the Windborne Arrow for vulnerability.
Windborne Arrow. What class are you currently in chat? Sorry, I haven't seen it.
Okay, so just to interrupt, breaking news. I used the Pyre Breaker, both equipped and unequipped, and my Ignore Evasion stayed the same.
Alright, that's great then. So it's probably the only difference is the other skills.
Yeah.
So the extra mount skills.
Yeah, so what my original thought was maybe the smoke one, because battles don't really last, 30 seconds for the most part, not now anyways. So maybe you're better off just starting at 10% crit instead of going up per second.
100%. But if you're struggling with the guy rider passes for, like, say you're struggling to get, like, leaderboard positions and you're trying to increase the amount, I'd say possibly, if you level up the Pyre Breaker, does the extra mount skills increase? Or is that enough? Does that set?
Well, the amount of effect, Yeah, so ignored evasion goes from 10% to 14%.
Yeah.
And what about the extra mount skills? Does that go up as well?
What's the mount skill?
He means the increased base crit rate.
Yeah.
Sorry, both of you guys were talking.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear everything.
So yes, it does. I just clicked upgrade preview and it will go from 1% to 1.5 and from 5 per second to 7 per second, maximum 150%. So they do both increase.
I'd say, personally, I'd probably go with Pyre Breaker since it's only 10 points every purchase. So you could level that up a lot quicker than if you was to do Cloud Drifter.
Yeah, but one thing
You have to pass the rush event.
Yeah.
One thing I will say though is you should get level 1 of everything first, because that first level, like to get 10% global attack right away is amazing, even though it costs 20 rush points.
100%. Especially if it does actually stack the effects, then it will help a lot in the long run, just so you don't actually need it effect on. And then not only that, but then you could use them mounts in the mount packing walls, and then you can get them additional rewards also.
Yeah, and now Seti asks, and what should he buy in the showdown points in the cross-server shop?
Go down.
So I think he's talking about the cross-server war that's going on right now.
Yes.
So cross-server crystals and showdown points. So those are the gold ones. In my opinion, it just comes down to preference. I would be looking at, like, if you need red souls, you could always buy that. Or if you have your red souls done, then you should buy soul essence to upgrade. Other than that, lamp, I would not buy speed up coupons or advanced seeds.
Divine Hammers are quite nice. That's what, 1.2k you can get?
They're not there though. Those are the blues. That's the crystals.
Yeah, that's the blue one. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. So I would just focus on things that give you actual buffs. So soul stuff.
Yeah, soul essence, soul crystals, the speed up tokens possibly if say you've got a tech rush coming up, so you could stockpile on speed up tokens if you're saving your R's, so you can progress further on the leaderboard for that.
Yeah, the only thing, I find this game you don't really need speeds, because I will run out of ore over 7 days before I run out of speed ups.
How many R's would that have been that you saved?
Right now, I think I'm at, I'll just give you an exact number. I'm at 800,000 right now.
Because I've noticed, so the further you go on, I'm at 766,000 currently. But if you have a look, it says here that for one upgrade, it's 7 hours and 20 minutes, and it's only for 10,000. So realistically speaking, I could buy this 70 times, and it's still 7 hours per upgrade.
Yeah, I have some that are 57,000, and it's gonna take like 12 hours. So in one day, that's 100,000 gone.
Yeah.
And I have speed ups, right? So I could speed up a little bit before that.
Yeah, I'd say possibly for Tech Rush, use up as much as you can first, and then if it's like 1 day left and you've still got a bunch of Oz, then look into investing all your speed up tokens just to see what difference you can make additional to that, just so you do manage to use up all of your Oz.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's when you could possibly look into purchasing the speed ups in the exchange.
Have you rushed your garden to try and unlock all 6 slots? Has anyone here? I've just now got on that train. What was that?
I already have all 6, but that's only because I have the farming pass.
So the family pass unlocks the 6th one? I never read that.
Yeah, the farming pass gives you an additional 1 slot. I don't know if you can unlock it with levels.
Yeah, it's level 35 farm.
Yeah, I'm at level 31 and a half right now. I'm rushing to get it. I never bought the farming pass. That's one thing I didn't buy.
It's only $5. I'd say it's definitely worth it in the long run, especially since you can go and steal 2 times from other people.
Is it monthly? Is that monthly or lifetime? Yeah, I didn't like monthly purchases for that, but Happy
Yeah.
Farm. Let me
I'd say
see.
it's definitely worth it in the beginning, say like day one, because the first very event from day one is the prayer rush. So trying to get all 7 days the additional farming equipment, as well as you get free daily purple seeds.
Yeah, I
It'll
think
just
our
give you
next
that extra
event is the
boost.
prayer rush.
Another thing I suggest that everyone does every day on reset, it does cost a bit of gems, but purchase 5 fertilizer. So you can buy this 5 times, and I believe it's 1,300 gems to buy the first 5, but any more than that is just really expensive. Like if you're lucky, it's 700 to buy an extra 5, or 1,400, and it just keeps going up.
Yeah, good
So,
reminder. I actually forgot to buy mine.
yeah,
Just
it's
did it
only
now.
worth value if you buy the first ferter, so you get 30 fertilizers just to give you that boost in your farm.
Yeah,
And also
that's what
buy
I did.
daily
5
5
each.
seeds as well.
Yeah. Yeah, those little like boring things, like people are like, oh, I don't play this game to farm, but they really add up and help.
Oh, 100%, especially in the prayer statue, because that's where all of the extra stats comes from. It helps out so much more.
Yeah, I have to correct mine and fix it. I can't wait for the prayer event coming up next for us.
No, I'd say safe, because prayer rush is literally next week, so it's in, I'd say, 5 or 6 days.
So which
that's
one's
the only
next?
reason
I
I'm
thought it
thinking
was
online.
prayer.
No, yeah, it's prayer. So we have this event on for 3 days. It's the Elastic Challenge. So,
No. If you click on your trophy right now, it says we have a next rush event starting in 7 hours.
oh, what event's starting then?
It,
Because
it
this
doesn't
is
say,
this
but
week.
based on the schedule, it should come back to prayer now.
Yeah, it should do. I've got it. We'll have to see.
Yeah,
Unless they started this event a little late, you know, that heroic trial. They probably did that a little late for us, or maybe a bit early.
yeah. No, look, I looked at the schedule. I'd be shocked if it's not prayer. Like that's what I remember it being. I saved up for relic, then it was prayer, then it's going to be tech again. It goes in a cycle. Yeah, so looking forward to that. What do you think of the parking? Do you have a strategy like mounts? Which ones you put on public? Which ones you keep on the private lots?
So currently, I actually have one of the decorations for the remodeling XP. So I keep my best one in my base, and then I'll put my second best in the public parking lot. Just so then, if I do lose it, I'm not losing too much.
Actually, that gets me to a question. So I also have one of the decorations for my home base. Which ones do you recommend people go with? I'm going with the Oriental Courtyard Gate because it gives me 5% extra chance of adventure rewards, which are basically all the keys that you want to develop. And I think those are so important.
With this type of event, I think it's always best if each individual person tries to go with something different, because you can only have one of your mounts packed on your area at a time. So say if me, you and Lord go for different things, you go for adventuring rewards, I go for remodeling, and Halego goes for coins, then all 3 of us could use each other's bases just to give each other that boost.
Are you sure?
I'm
Because
also using, what was it? It's a safety fence. It extends the duration that your cars are protected by 30 minutes, so you can have up to an hour of protection on each parking lot.
Yeah, if you have a server that's at war and fighting each other, that's a must-have. But when I read my decoration bonus, it says 5% when using your own parking spot. So I'm not sure if you get that bonus when you're in my parking spot.
Oh. I'm not sure then.
Yeah, so
What is it that you're
I'm using the Oriental Courtyard Gate for
all
5%
those ones, like,
adventure
all in your-
rewards.
I guess that only works for the individual person. But personally, I went with remodeling. The reason being is the stat increase that you receive. So if you go to remodeling here, if I level this up one more time, I get an extra 16% attack, HP, and defense, and it'll just keep increasing.
Yeah, so if you go over to decoration, bought the Oriental Courtyard Gate, and I got 320% attack, HP, and defense bonus. Way more than the 16% you're getting for mount upgrade. I also started with mount upgrades, and then I learned that it's probably better to go with the other one because you just talked about like 16%, and I just said 300%.
Well, no, what I mean is that boost is when your mount gets up to the next level. So the remodeling gives you more additional experience to your mount, so it levels up quicker.
Oh, I understand. I started the same path as you as well.
Strength over time.
Yeah, but they just go up so slowly for the amount of points you need. Like if you look at it now, my main mount is level 23, going to 24 for an extra 16%. I need 6,300 points. And that would cost me what, like 25,000 in the shop? And I'd be better off just saving up and getting 300% from a decoration because you're going to level up those mounts anyways just by parking them.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think you should change that strategy and just rotate what you're modeling and model every single mount, get them all up because they all count whether they're equipped or not. They're passive buffs.
Well, at the moment, I believe, so for number one, say if you got one European railing and then, well, one of each additional decoration to level it up. Here, what's the other one? It is, I believe it gives you additional 13% total to your, an extra 5%. It obviously gives you the attack, HP, and defense buff as well. But if as you upgrade it more, you'll just get more and more XP. So that 5% will change to 7%, for example, and then it'll just keep going up. So you could potentially at one point get 100% more XP every time you pack your car.
Yeah, you should look at things that increase the rewards you get from parking. So we have a question. Should I change anything? I am Arrow Guard, and where should I spend my diamonds? So this guy's showing his skills. If you want to click on it and show.
The first skill, personally, I would change the first skill to the Tornado.
Yeah, so his first skill is take it slow, and then he has the water spout, which is disarm, and then he has smoke bomb, and then he has the mushroom, and then he has the pink one, the worldly snare. As an archer, I have worldly snare. I don't see what else, everything you have, right? I have blitz assault on, which I think is a must-have. I honestly think the best place to spend your gems is skill books. Or mount, right? To get the clocks. But it depends where you are. It looks like your skills are really lacking, so I would put some effort into that. I'm showing my boss skills actually right now. Let me go to my PvP skills. And I have mushroom, and then I have the wind gust, I have worldly snare, smoke bar, and blitz. And I'm behind. I don't have all the skills I need. So there's ones that, like, I really, really want Blade Pierce or one of the pink ones that are offered. I really want Clone Strike. But, you know, I have to spend gems and get them, and I'm saving up for the event.
Yeah, if you have 0 clockwinders, so say you've got 0 clockwinders, it will cost 112,000 gems to get 3,200 clockwinders. You need 3,200 to complete Mount Rush event 4 times, because you need 800 clockwinders to complete one page. Once you completed one page, you'll get 2,000 divine hammers. So with 3.2k clockwinders, you'll get 8,000 divine hammers. So that's 100% worth it, because then you're getting the boost from your mount as well as the artifact, and it just gives you that additional strength.
Yeah, and you should always try to focus on going up 10 stars on the mount, because that 10th star to the next level, the next tier, is so incredibly strong. It goes up by a lot. Like right now,
Yeah.
I'm showing my screen at tier 6.3, and to go to 0.4, it's only going to add like 400%. But when I finally go up to tier 7, it's going to add like 10,000%.
And if you're just starting out as well, the best thing for beginners is definitely saving up them gems, because the first 8,000 divine hammers that you'll get will get you to level 21 artifact, and that means you'll get an 18,000% boost to HP, attack, and defense, as well as I believe it's 10% or 15% ignore evasion.
Yeah, artifact is huge. Mine is level 29 and a half almost, and I'm at 30,000 buff and 18% ignore evasion. So artifact is really big. I would say just a general tip to people who aren't coining that much, save for every event. Don't you like save your skill books, save your pal books, join our Discord, look at the event calendar and plan what you're going to save for. But if you are a decent sized coiner, it's worth it to go hard right away with some gems and level up so you do good on all the daily events.
I just want to add to the skill and mount, not skill and pal rush. So I personally say it's not worth saving them unless you're aiming for the leaderboard positions, because you only get 10,000 relic shards for completing each page. So it's not really that much of a boost to your strength to then save them for that long and then drop them on the event. So unless you're aiming for the top positions to get the rush tokens, I'd personally say it's definitely not worth it. So if you think you're not going to make it to a leaderboard position, I'd say just spend your skill and pal tokens so you don't get left behind.
Yeah, also another thing, certain events it might be worth it, like if the rewards aren't good, like you just said, or if you can't achieve them, to skip an event and do better. I'm currently probably going to do that on Relic. It cost way too much last time. It was 225,000 per day, so you need 900,000. I didn't get it. I got like 750,000. So that was in some ways a waste because I didn't get the divine hammers. So I'd be better off saving for 2 months to get those hammers.
I'd say like the main events to save for is 100% the Soul Rush, because that gives you the hammers quite easily, the Mount Rush, and what's the other one?
The Mount Rush is the most important one, I think.
Yeah. I forgot what the other rushes are. 1 minute, let me just load up.
Well, there's skill and pal. Those are 2-day rushes, and then there's the flowers, the statue prayers.
Yeah, the prayer event. So to complete the prayer event for all 8,000 divine hammers, you need 100,000 prayers.
Yeah, it was pretty low. And then the tech rush is the other one.
Yeah, that's 120,000 times 4, so you need 480,000 all saved up for the 8,000 divine hammers.
Okay, so Tung Fuang has a question. What's the difference between being stunned and being launched? As far as I know, the targets are unable to act in both cases. So being launched pushes you back and then you come back into an attack position. Being stunned has a time. So you're stunned for a certain amount of time. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So they both do the same thing, but the stunned has the potential to be a longer time period or to happen again and again. It's a skill that you can continue to launch.
To be honest, I don't think the launch works on players, because when you're battling players don't actually move. They stay in the same starting position. You both start in the starting position and fight from there.
I've seen them bounce up and down though. I think that's the same thing happening.
I might have missed that. I haven't noticed that myself, to be honest.
Yeah, it looks like the guy's jumping up and down. I'm not sure if that's what's happening. I think we missed a question here. So, Seti, I didn't get because I'm not good in English. So, should I change the first skill for the tornado? And with the diamond, I should save 112,000 for the mount event. And with the rest, then I still got 100,000 diamonds. So, it sounds like he has 200,000.
So, daily, I would say then, since you've got the additional diamonds, buy 5 arena tickets, right here, that's 600 gems. Then go to cross server, you want to buy an additional 5 tickets. So you've got them extra challenge attempts here also. What else would you suggest with your diamonds, Mr. GK?
So we're talking about the pink gems, right? Obviously, yeah.
Gems. Obviously, the fertilizer, you want 5 seeds as well.
Yeah, so I don't like those small minor things every day. I wouldn't worry about those are just, yeah, do your seeds and fertilizer. But then I save them up for mount, or I use them to push me over the top in an event. So like I'll watch
Additional 100k gems, you could spend them. Say if you've got like 3,000 skill or pal tokens already, you could drop them on pal or skill rush just to get a leaderboard position, or drop them onto mount rush to get a leaderboard position.
Yeah, exactly. And I watch the last half hour and then I decide if I'm going to use them or not. And as for your skill, take it slow. That's the one that he wants to know if he should take it off.
You want to change your orange skill with the red tornado.
With the red dazzled, or which one would he want there? No, he doesn't have.
The orange skill, the take it slow.
Yeah, he wants to take that off. And which one should he add on? He could. I personally would add the. I would add the wind gust, the wild gust.
Yeah, the blue tornado for the take it slow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would add. But it again, like it comes down to what you've leveled up in relics, which ones you want to use. So lots of different stuff.
It's also best to say if you find someone with similar power. So I could go with Lord Lego here, the thing.
Yeah. So Alex just showed his skills, and Alex, I love your skills. I wish I had clone. My skills are basically the exact same as what Alex has, except he has clone on instead of he doesn't have world snare on though. Interesting. You don't have it.
I haven't used it. I just haven't used it yet.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get out of this call. You guys can carry on. I just got some stuff to do here. I've recorded it, so I'm gonna put it up on my YouTube channel as well. And people could ask questions in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer. And that's it. So thanks for your time, guys. And we'll do this every week. But Corey, you can carry on if you want for a little bit, obviously.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
See you, man. If anyone's got any questions.
If you stuck with us till the end, or you fast forwarded certain parts, all good. Let me know what you guys thought about it. I enjoyed doing it. So looking forward to next week's as well. And like, subscribe, leave a comment.